If we want to influence others, we need to tell a story. That's a truth as old as humanity itself, since we were in caves building fires. In today's work context, you're probably going to be pitching or presenting when you're telling a story. And the part of storytelling that people get wrong most often, or just leave out entirely, is the emotional part of the story. And when you're trying to influence others, we so often jump directly to logic, to evidence, to rational detail. But if you want people to act, if you want people to believe in you and in what you're trying to get them to do, to influence them to do, then they have to feel something. And one of the best, simplest, most scientific approaches that I've seen to shaping the emotional part of your story comes from Nancy Duarte. Her Sparklines model is modelled on deep research, and it can be seen in use by the great orators of our time, from Steve Jobs, Martin Luther King. On paper, it's simple. You move between what is, the current reality, the pain, the problem, to what could be, the vision, the possibility, the hope for a better future. You move from the world as it is today to what it could be, should be. And you build that contrast, you build that tension, that back and forth. You do it 3 times until you finally land in the new bliss, the change that you're asking people to believe in. By the time you get to the new bliss, the concept of staying in today's reality should feel wholly unacceptable. And then you move on to that rational plan of how you're going to get there. Now, I have co-written stories in the last couple of years for clients like Rathbones, Penguin, Merck, and every single time, starting with an emotional story, whether you use Nancy Duarte's model or somebody else's model, it transforms your dry, rational plan into a really compelling and impactful narrative. Keep in mind, though, that a strong Sparkline story, or just even an emotional story, isn't enough. If you don't anchor it in a rational plan of how you're going to get there and deliver it in the style that people believe that you're the person or your team or the people to get there, then that story is still going to land very flat. I love building my storytelling muscle. As you can probably tell from doing these videos, it's something that I actually just enjoy doing. So is there anything that you think is key to a great pitch, a great presentation that I can learn from? I'd love to hear it.